Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to paint a landscape. Feels like it's easy landscape. So let's try how to get the colors at least closest to that. Let's try that. So if this is if this is the first time you are visiting my channel, please, if you like the videos, please don't forget to subscribe and like the video too. And then we'll get started. So this is actually a photo reference from Canada. So that's I got it out of Pixabay or Pinterest, I think. So I've just taken this as a reference. So this is what I'm going to paint. I'm using 6x8 canvas panel. So whichever you are planning to use, you can use even paper to acrylic paper. If not, if you use the other paper, it might just suck the color. I'll be using some of the Winsor Newton colors and raw umber from this is a little bit older, so I have that turquoise and this one, all different colors, actually different brands. Some except one or two, I think all of them are artist paint. So I'm just even I have those colors in Winsor Newton, so I just want to finish those ones. Then after that, I can move on to the other paints. So what we'll do is we'll try to um, first draw where the mountain goes and where the horizon line. So as you can see, even the photography is good enough in the sense it's composition is 1/3 to 2/3, so I'll just keep that itself. And you can see the water is actually a little bit bluish, but what I'm going to do is I'll use bluish and a little bit of turquoise color. So that's the reason I've written turquoise in the description. But if you don't have turquoise, so you can just use it just to get that color combination. So that's what. And the mountain is actually very, what can I say, it's very bright. Atmospheric perspective wise, it's far, and the light is actually the haze, everything is actually dulling down. So we'll try to get that effect, not too dark and not too light. So 1/3, so somewhere here, so that's where I'm going to have my horizon line. That's where my mountain is actually going to be, and some trees. So this mountain is actually going to be somewhere here. Mountain, yeah, some trees are there. So I'm going to go ahead with this, and trees will come here. So should be good enough. Yeah, doesn't have to. I'm not actually going for hyper realism with the measurements and with the colors. Two colors, I'll get closer to that. But I just want to make sure that it's colorful enough so that it looks beautiful. So this is the horizon line, and then somewhere trees are some tree. That line is there here, and some trees are here and trees are here. So that's what I need to keep in mind. And on the right hand side here, if you see, trees are actually going to be here, and then this is covered with some stones here, some stones, and then the reflection is there. We need to keep that in mind, that that goes there, and then some grass grass blades. So this is some grass here, and I think there is a stone here, but we'll see how, because the reflection of the mountain is very light. So we'll that should be more than enough. I'm going to be using number 3 round brush, flat brush, number 6, and then this is angular brush. This is old, I don't know the number of this I bought it back in Canada. That too, this was 12, 14 years ago. So that was from Dollarama. So it is available even in India as a set, so you can actually buy this. But this has taken too much of abuse, and then I just use it for bigger areas, and then so many effects I can do with this. I love this brush. So I have here uh, titanium white, cerulean blue, and ramber. So what I'll do is I'll paint the sky first, and then we go from top to bottom, back to front, forward. So what I'll do is the color of the sky is not exactly blue, so we have to tone it down, in the sense we don't want that brightness. So what I'm going to do is we can actually mix. Usually I put it on the canvas and mix the colors, but this time actually I'm going to mix it on my palette. So let's just see how I can actually get that color which is not exactly that bluish. um, I'm trying to add here raw umber. If you have burnt umber, I think that would be the correct option. See, as you can see how it dulls down the color, sky color. This is where usually what happens is every time we take blue, add white or different versions of blue. But raw umber or otherwise burnt umber is also good. So you can see that bluish is different from the dull down. That is because of raw umber. So that's exactly that sky color I'm after. I'm not exactly after, because it's kind of like what do you say, it is dull down blue. It's not top. Actually I can put some more blue, but we'll add that. See, that's a color, it's not exactly blue. And then when I as I come down, I'll add some more white to that. So that's a blue. So you have understood exactly how to mix. It's not that exactly you need to just take all the time blue. I have dulled it down so you can actually see that white, and that actually it doesn't match. It's not exactly blue. So what I'll do is, just so that I need a little bit of dark, I'll use just blue here, and then gray it down. So I've just grayed that down as it comes down. Little bit blue, and either go horizontally or otherwise angular, so it looks like actually streaky clouds even if something goes wrong. So I will leave it at that, and then I'll take just white with the brush, same brush, and then don't worry about that mountain. If you want, we can actually put some clouds too. Maybe some clouds. Let's just make it a little bit like I said, you must have already seen many of my paintings where I usually try to get something, one or the other different things in the painting, so that you get an idea exactly. Let me just wash this brush, that way I can get that brightness a little bit exactly. So take it out, then let's just first try to brighten this up a little bit at the horizon, now just behind the mountain. This brush is good for that. This is what I figured out. So, or otherwise you have to use bristle brush so that you can get into the tooth of the paper. So now if I really want to put some clouds, what I'll do is I will put some clouds there, mix the bottom one. Just the representation of some clouds, that's it, not too much. Just the layers, make sure that you have that layer. Not going to put any shadows, just the top portion is going to dry anyways. Just that should be enough. That should be enough. So let's get to the mountain again. So this time it has some blue in it. What I'm going to do is I'll just use whatever I have here, but more. Remember that acrylic is actually going to dry darker, so we have to keep in mind how do we get the value, exact value. So first what I'll do is I will put some because light is from right side, and then shadow of any of those on the mountain is on the left hand side. So this mixture itself, what I'm going to do here is I will add some exactly add that full lighter, very lighter, because by mistake what will happen is we might end up just using dark color. If we put, okay, let's put dark color, then we put highlight. Keep in mind that is actually going to dry darker. That's why, as you can see, I'm actually adding little by little so that I don't go over the required value, in the sense required darkness. Let's just apply and see actually how dark it is. Maybe I need a little bit more darker, so I will add one or two more drops of that. I have to be very careful with that darkness, because the highlight I'm actually going to put will depend on that. I think this should be enough. That will, yes. Okay, let's make that top of the mountain there. I'm going to go close to what I have there. This part of this is actually not seen because of so let's just paint that. I think mine is a little bit darker than what we have in the photo. That's fine. So I'll go ahead with that itself. So that way I could have gone even lighter, but then the problem is won't be able to see much even on the camera, right? So I think that's good enough. Yeah, that's the first layer. Actually, there is reflection here. If I really want to use that, let's do that one as well here. So water is here, and then see that line goes there. It has to come somewhere here. This has to be, this water actually has some movement, so I have to make sure here and all is actually going to be a little bit darker, so I'm not going to worry about it. Even if I do this, that's fine too. I will manage that with the water light. Some other reflections are there here. This side, nothing much. I will leave it as is. Okay, I think that's enough for now. waterline, I can actually do that. Okay, so next is we have to put a little bit of highlight, but I'll wait for that to dry. In the meanwhile, what we can do is we can just try, just a minute. Is here, if I really want to put, I can put some lines here. Okay, so let's just take some Hooker's green. There's some Hooker's green. And then some Cadmium Lemon. So this is actually opaque. So that's why sometimes some opaque colors I depend on them very much, so that I can actually get the effect. So here trees are actually later, so first we put a little bit of the bottom portion. Tree we will do it after, because that is behind, so this is in the foreground and we have to just manage with that. So anything actually is trees anyways later, so I'm going to mix some of this, and then I can actually add this to get it duller, tone it down. Okay, so here some trees are there, but I am not going to worry about it. I will just put that line here, and we'll manage the darkness, everything just after this, because in between some gap is there here that also has some shadows. We'll try as much as possible in this case, right? So this side will not be able to see anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'll just leave this as is. Here, if I really want to concentrate a little bit of darker, I'll just take Hooker screen. If I really want to make it darker, I have two options for this. Either yellow blue or Prussian blue mixed with green, little bit darker, or otherwise I have Payne's gray, which is little bit bluish gray. We'll try that one as well. So here somewhere. So that one starts from here, then it goes there, right? And then it's just there, here, all darkness, and it is something is here too. Just keep that line. Okay. Right. Out of all this, I should have some burns in, or otherwise this color itself from Umber mixed with somewhere here at the bottom. That's just the same color. There. That should be enough. If light falls on that, so that has to have some kind of, as you can see, I'm just using just white on top. That will give some effect of light on that. That's enough. Here we'll manage this later, just to get that light effect here, and then get that effect there too. I think that's where it goes. Okay, so I think that one is good enough. What we'll do is, we have that mountain color. I will take only a little bit of white and mix there itself before it dries. I didn't take the sprayer, but let's just take out excess water, and this has to be brighter than this. That's it. So I'm actually going to put highlights rather than shadows, darker than the lighter. Darker we have already put. So let's just see if that works. Yeah, it works. So I will just start making some marks on this. So I'll just, like I said, I'm not after that light is from right side. So you have to keep that in mind when you do that. Making sure that if you need, we'll put some dark later. Here trees are going to be there, so I'm just not going to worry about it. This darkness you can actually put later again, but if you really want it, or otherwise if you are happy with this, you can just stop it at this itself. We have already put enough dark there, so I think we'll not be needing that. There are different ways. If I'm actually going for bigger painting, maybe I would have used even the palette knife, so anything like that. There are shadows, there are all these things are there for this. So this side is actually entirely here. There is nothing. There is nothing here. So there are some highlights on this where light touches here again. Then again here some there, and then here some more light here. Here some trees are going to be there. So even here too, not much of there. Let's just try some more here on top. So if I really want something dark, let's just try that one too. So So I'm going to get a little bit darker than what I need. Okay, so let's just see how this dark works. Yes, on the other side, blend it when it comes down, just leave it like that, not everywhere you need to put, you don't have to put everywhere. So I am going to get that dark one a little bit here and there. Just the representation again, just so that I can get, you don't have to put this dark, but I suggest if you really want some little bit of darkness, you can actually put those ones, just to make sure that you have that, see that contour that I'm trying to get now will actually help you a lot in showing the shape on that side, right? Just using whatever darkness we have here. With the color, whatever I have, I'm trying to manage that itself. So here some trees are going to be there, so I'm not worried. Let's just take a little bit of here, a little bit contour I need to manage here too. It's just there. Mm-hmm. Yes, daughter.
Hello.
Hello. Mm-hmm. Hello. Okay, some little bit of spots here for that, just so that I can actually break any pattern here. So if you feel that there is a,
Now maybe you have to make a separate channel for live paint night at home with Raju Devpur.
yeah, no, I'm just as you might have already noticed that I have
It is at
changed.
night.
Yes, I've changed the timing so that someone who is here in India, they can actually weekend, they can actually participate, and someone who is from other place, either UK or anywhere, so then they will have their own timings, so that way you will have time to participate. So that is the intention. I'll just drop this here a little bit so I can get, there are some trees going to be here. I'm just trying to get as much as possible. I can see here some kind of pattern is there. Yeah, just going to break it, and then here a little bit. Let's just see this one again. This is where I'm actually spending time sometimes, so that you guys can actually understand exactly where, if you're actually after some kind of realism, it takes time. It really takes time, so I can't stress that enough. There, a little bit, there. That is that side, and then here. There. Somewhere, if I have actually left something, so I can actually try this. I think I will not delete it too much here. Some pattern is there again. I can actually take that out. As you can see, it's like more of a dry brush, but still I'm trying to apply a little bit of darkness, not much, but try to manage the values. So then, yeah, right, yeah, little bit. Okay, that should be enough. What I'll do is, if I really need, I'll just take this white little bit mixed with this, which we already had. Just little bit. Just to get that punch. I'm not applying exact full white, but as you can see that that actually gives a sort of highlight to me. And here somewhere I will just put some highlights here. I think I won't do more than that, so that should be more than enough, because here some trees are going to be there. Here actually light should be there, but trees are going to be there, so I'm actually going to put some marks and leave it at that. So don't worry about this part, so leave it like that. Okay, so I think good enough. There is the in the photo actually it's more muted, very blurry because of, like I said, haze. I could have gone even lighter here, or otherwise a thin layer of wash on this with the white, and then it just moves backwards. And I think I'll just keep it at that. So let's move on to the next one, is the trees. Very simple. I'm not going to, if it is big one, I would have used fan brush. The reason why I've taken this is, this is fairly new brush. So this comes to a chisel edge. I can actually use this for trees, those far away trees. We already have this. So what I'm going to do is, I hope that this is not dried. Okay, that's good enough. Yellow, little bit white, I will add to this too. Okay. So let's just see how dark or how light we need. First, we go with little bit darker. So as you can see, that's how I'm dragging this. So that comes to a chisel edge. Then I'm actually going to touch that chisel edge. So one of the things that I'm going to use is my this one, so that I can actually, I don't want to be spoiling that part. So here is the tree. So more, anything darker, we'll add that darker later. Okay, let's go with a little bit dark here. Make sure the top portion is actually sharp. That's the type of trees that are there. That's the reason I said I'm using that chisel edge of that this one. So we'll manage. We have other things here too. Mhm. That goes till there. We will not do much, but what I would say is I'm going to have some, instead of that color, I will have some yellow blue, so that will make it a little bit more darker. So I will mix this here, as you can see, bluish and darker. Prussian blue you can use. I would use Prussian blue. As you can see, that's more bluish darker, and we will see how this works. Light is from right hand side, so I need to put a little bit of darker color on that side. Be careful with this, so you can actually show, and you don't want to lose that whatever you have put green before, then there is no point in. So at the bottom, little bit of dark, and here again dark. Okay, again here little bit dark. See, I'm not going to use brush and then keep on painting this forever. So I am using just the side of the brush, just a suggestion. So anything we need, we can actually do it there. Okay, same thing actually follows here too, and it's little bit further away. Let that be regular height. Don't make the mistake of as you can see, that has gone inside, it's not outside, so that is the intention. Then I'll just put the rest as is here. I just have to make sure that it's just there. Even if I was using fan brush, I would still do the same thing anyways. Make sure your brush comes to a chisel edge. If not, use fan brush if it is bigger size. I can use fan brush for this one as well. That's what you need, the top sharp edge for all these trees. Here some bigger trees are going to be there, so I'm not worried about it. Okay, let's just take some highlight, just thinking that some highlights are there. Yes, a little bit like that. If that is the case, then I need to put some shadow side, which is the blue and this green, darker one. Again, I'm going to take it that way, so light is from that side. So as far as I can see here, a little bit dark under this here. I have to make sure that this side is actually very dark here, so that actually gives me an edge. Then the darkness is actually in between, not everywhere, so I will manage that again here itself. Sometimes it goes still up. Here a little bit. Right. So here bottom one, I will just stipple this brush little bit, just to get that little bit of darkness there. Just from the corner itself you can do. Here I feel that it didn't come sharp. Okay, so I think that's good enough. I will not do too much of dilly-dally with that. What I'll do here is, let's just take round brush and do some work on the bottom here. So that is from there. So this one actually has to be a little bit dark, and shadow will be on that other side. Doesn't have to look like it is some kind of sticker, right? So that is the main idea. Then make sure that shadow actually goes there, and then there is that goes there. That's where that shadow is, and I will just make sure that some lines are there too. So there. Let's do the same thing here too. There is a gap here which gets that light. That is what is the understanding, and also shows that little bit of let's just see here. Something actually has to happen here, just so that I get that light here, darker light. Just little bit. Make sure that you're managing with the values, darker and lighter against. Again, same thing here. Just some on the right hand side, some highlight you can see. Not much, but still something will show through here. Okay, that should be enough. So first, then we put a little bit of water there first. So for that reason, I'm going to take, I already have Cerulean Blue, yes, it's still there. Then I will take some turquoise as well, a little bit. Let's just take our flat brush and try this. Let's see what happens. I think it should work, but let's just try it out. So here is the water, sky reflection, all of that. So there is this bluish, greenish, or otherwise then I can take this, then I need some white as well. Ay. Okay, so let's just take this white, greenish, turquoise. Turquoise is going to, let's just see. Yeah, maybe that works. We will. I will actually start with this, and then we need a little bit darker. I'm going to go horizontal like that, so I know I can actually manage the line, and some reflection is also there, so we need to keep in mind this actually covers, and it goes there till the some whitish is there, so I'm not going to put some. So here, there, and then so I will mix that with a little bit blue and white. Blue, not too dark. I don't want too dark. You have to remember when I apply here, I can apply this just like that, and I will make those marks later. Here I have to keep in mind that I need the water edge to be as bright as this. Water movement, the reflection, where is the reflection, all of them actually differ depending on uh, the water. So here nothing much is there, so in between actually some water is there, so I have to apply this. I can't leave it empty. There some white goes, reflection, watercolor, reflection of sky, reflection of mm, trees, anything, whatever is there around. That's the intention. So here I'm going to put this, let it be just turquoise color. That's what I wanted to put when I looked at this intentionally. I'm not saying that for it is resembling exact photo. So what I'm going to do here, I'll just take this little bit darker and then get this little bit darker there. So that gives a punch, and mix this, blend that, blend that, and make sure a little bit white is here and there, so that's fine too. So that way I can actually have something like that, right? Let's just see what I can do with this here too. Remember I mentioned about breaking this line of the reflection, so that's how I'm going, different ways of doing this. I'm just going with what is easier here. If not, I can take 3 hours just do that. So that reflection, it's like a glazing type. What I'm trying to do here is because that the underneath color is actually seen through. It's not exactly dry brushing, glazing, all that. It's all just in one. Uh, you just want to make sure that it's just part of it. And I'm trying to break this down here. Here, little bit that. The reflection actually depending on this water movement, like I said, reflection starts somewhere here, so I need to keep that in mind. Let's just do that reflection now itself. I'm going to use that same little bit darker, or doesn't matter. As far as I can see, if this is here, that reflection has started here, and then it goes till there. I need hooker screen a little bit more. Be careful with this. Depends light source, the reflection is darker or lighter, all of that. So I'm going to use this. Actually I should do vertical, but I think still here is longer. Let me go that side too, I think. Yeah, let's do it that way. This is again water movement. Remember I mentioned how this reflection is. This one will manage that later, so that reflection is there here too. So that should be good enough. But what I'll do is I'll just take my round brush and try to get that little bit of light and dark in the. Okay, so that is there. What I don't see here is much of dark is not there. So for that reason, I will take some more hooker screen. Let's see if just hooker screen is enough, or just apply. Get some lines, just some lines. If you feel that it's too much, then okay. So that's where it is. Okay, our intention was this, so that's fine. So now what I'll do is actually that I had to actually have a layer here, and then the reflection of tree is also there. For that tree darker one, I'm going to use a little bit of instead of cerulean we have used turquoise, so I have to use either this or phthalo blue, but I need a little bit darker, so that's the reason I'm going to use Payne's gray, which is bluish gray. If not, I don't want to use the black. So let's just try something here. First with the black, this one. So what we'll do is okay, a little bit of umber, and then I'm going to put that little bit umber here. There, little bit. Okay. I will also add some green to that so that I know what I'm after. Looks like I think I might need some trees here after all, if I really need. Okay, so here is that part, and then that's it. Then after that it's just, so make sure that you follow the contour here, so at least you will know what you're doing. That is the water, so that is where I am going to put that little bit of that, and here that's what it is. We will do that little bit of so I'm just going to make sure that I'm just making some mark here with all that. If I'm going to put this dark, I need to put that dark here itself, and then the reflection is even darker. We'll try to manage that one as well. So here what we did so far is a little bit white here, so a little bit of white, so at least there is some light and land here. We know that it's just there. I am just trying to make sure that it is just all representation is there, just the groundwork. A little bit of this and a little bit of that Payne spray. So this is where I'm going to make sure that it shows some kind of wherever I want it darkness, little bit with that. That's what I'm mixing with this green here and there, a little bit again. That will dark here, right? So I have 2-3 options here just to show some stone. Let me just go back with a little bit of that and this green, or otherwise a little bit of umber, all that green, everything, whatever is there. So there is that rock which goes till here, so I am going to put that. Maybe this is under water. I'll just put that little bit. Just take this out. So let's just put some shadows for this window here. As far as I can see, I have to put some anyways. Some shadows for this. And small stones are there. So here some grass is going to be there. So I am not going to worry about it. There. So then the next option is I can just put some stone type. This is not the highlight. I will put this first, because if I had not put that little bit white, I won't be able to show with the value. Just only a little bit, not many of them. I will wash that and then use this itself with a little bit of umber, right? Just so that that color actually matches here. And then here just the highlight for some of the stones. Just no, it's too bright. top again, here to the top. Little bit here, and then maybe two big ones here. So we know that they're there. Okay, so that should be good enough. That is that reflection also, if I can. Now itself I'll do it because it's darker anyways. And then I will deal with the dark later. So here, as far as I can see, if trees, if I start from there, I have that darkness is not enough. Just wash my brush and get this little bit proper dark mixed with this. So Payne's gray and Hooker's gray, that's what I have done. Not the black. Remember, I already mentioned I'm not going to use that black. So here I need to take some there. This one is actually going to be just dark. Here, if I really want to show some trees, then those trees actually I'm going to put that anyways. Then after that, I can just apply this color straight, because if I don't apply this dark here, I might not get that the brighter grass. So I am going to use a little bit of this here, a little bit here, and then rest of that I'll just cover this. So let's just cover this just like so. No in any particular order or any particular stroke. So I've just covered it so that, and maybe just draw these lines. Maybe by mistake, if you miss anywhere, that is there. Here is the one where some of these grass blades are going up. I need to show the reflection of that here too. So that's what I'll do. A little bit of water, not getting that line out, otherwise I have to use some liner brush, but I will not. I will just get this straight here itself. Mostly dry brush. There is one more stone there too, actually. There's some highlights and shadows for that. There's one more stone somewhere here too, actually. That's between the grass, so that's the reason I need to put it now. There and somewhere there. Let's put some dark, I think, on that. Some highlight. I don't have white here, but there. I think that should be good enough. Just try to put this here so that I don't see much. This side too. So should be enough. Next is
Hello. Next is hello.
next is hello. Okay. Who is coming here? Next is hello.
I'm coming.
Okay, so here what I'll do is this time.
There is one problem actually, or something that looks confusing.
Mhm.
It feels like the reflection is cut here.
Reflection because the water movement is there, so that's why this reflection is there. We still have to work out with a little bit of lines here.
It looks
so.
like it's also cutting the picture.
Yes, no, that is depending on light source, movement, everything. So I'm going to put this darker color. I hope this is enough. So, but let's just see. Starts from. I'll start from here actually. If it cannot go up till there, leave it there. So this brush, like I said, I use this a lot, works wonders for me. So I am going to depend on this just to get that effect for most of them here. So a little bit of water line behind shown through, and then here I will just cover this. Any highlight, we'll put it later. So this on the sideways again, as you can see, I am actually doing it all sideways. This gives a very good effect for me. So this one tree actually goes all the way, that is slanted, but I'm going to put it straight and I will not go about there. I will use my liner brush. This color is not enough, so I have to go back to my color cooker screen, and then this is there. I'll just mix this with that entire thing here. Okay, so you can see pockets of little bit of background is shown through, so you don't want everything to be covered. So for that reason, we will leave certain things, right? See some of them little bit here and there. Here, just cover this on the right hand side. As you can see, little bit of I have left everywhere. So here is the dark part. I will make some of them come front, some of them go backwards, and again some of these ones in the front. So that way I'll be able to show this front and back. So that is there. I can actually leave it just like this. But the main thing is we need to put some highlights. So I have two options. Either go ahead with the same technique. Let's do something like add some yellow to this and some highlights. Then we'll decide how to go about it. Let's just say with the same brush. Let me wash this brush a little bit. Okay, so I'll take that and take this yellow. Light is from right side. As far as you can see, I have not made any, because this is different type of trace that I need to show. But before that, what I'll do is I'll just touch this so that I get some highlights on these ones. I think this is where I will stop this and start working with my liner brush. No, not liner brush, just round brush. So this is where we will work with this turquoise. I hope that it's not going to just dry. So here I am going to mix the same dark color, added some 1 or 2 drops of water so that I can get that paint into bristles of my brush. I should use a liner brush. Otherwise. Let's just see. This is very thin, very thin. There, there, there. Yes. Another one, thin. I'm just trying to make sure that I get the tips here, just so that I can show. Okay, next one here. Okay, next here. Right. So here, if I am actually going to put this under this, that will get a trunk up until there, and then I will start detailing that with the brush. So you can see why we applied the lighter at the back, so that I can get this darker one in the front foreground. So that way I know. Yes, that makes sense. Little bit of work here, so you need to do this if I really want this. Let's just work on this bigger one. As you can see, it is You can call it as tedious job, but if you're after some effect, so you need to make sure that you don't put just all along, leave some gap here and there, and then try to make sure that it just doesn't have some kind of pattern into this all left and right. So I will just leave there that one. Let's just go back to this and try to get that one and do the same thing for this one too. Yeah, let's go to the right hand side. I think some brightness is needed here, otherwise I won't be able to put a little bit there. I'll go until wherever I see a little bit of this. Right here to a little bit. This side is empty. Put some there, and this one is just up. Okay, so little bit more here. This one actually doesn't have anything on the left, so just so that I can show, because I need some highlights here. This one is more of a bushy type, and this one also doesn't have that, right? Should be good enough. Right, okay. So now if I really want some shapes, I'm going to take this burn hooker screen, mix it with yellow. Let's put some shapes to this. Otherwise it can be just darker, but I think I'm going to put something. I don't want to leave it darker. So let's just take that paint and then see wherever we need that. We need to make sure here. Take that part, little bit. I'll just do the same thing for this one too, little bit. Again, do the same thing. Let's just try here again a little bit. I can't see that line. Some grass in between, just enough to show that. I could have left, but I don't like it entire green, entire dark. So now what I want is, that I did, I still feel that it needs some kind of darkness in between. Let's just, I'm just going back and forth here, just so that I just feel comfortable about it. So let's just see here some line, right here, some line there, line is there, so I can actually show some line of the tree trunk, and then maybe some line here, darker, some line here. So I will know that actually. That's where it is done. So I can leave it at that. I feel that that blue between the tree trunk is actually a little bit gone. So just work on that little bit. Turquoise itself or blue. Just a light blue like that. Just like that. It's a negative painting, so I'm actually going to bring it back. So that way I can actually show some tree trunks there, right? This is negative painting, so I just want to bring that back. So while I'm at it, let me just do this. So then let's use that white itself a little bit of that turquoise, just to get that blue, and see how we can get a little bit of effect here. So here it goes, their line, pull that, shimmering light, there. I think it should be a little bit dark, but that's okay. Okay, next, so let's just put some white here too. This one doesn't have much of. There, a bit of breaking of this edge, some white lines. And here actually I can put some white lines, so I know that it's just reflection, right? some white flowing lines or something like that. So okay, so that's what I've done so far. So let's just get some grass here and there, and then we'll call it done. So let's just see here some lines. Can't get this dark enough. Okay, so now take this, apply this, also take that and apply to that. So what I feel here is there is so let's just place some of these lines here, and shadow is there on the other side, so we just have to keep that in mind. Let's break that line here. Right. So that's where I'm going to leave this, and then let's try something darker. So that actually has to come as a line here, then only I can put again some layer for that. Okay, so let's go back to this again, the lighter one. I'll add some more white to that, so I can get. You can use liner brush actually if you want. I'm going to stick to this itself. So for this we need a little bit of dark. Again, I'm going to take turquoise and sorry, Payne's gray because I just want to make sure that I see that lines. Add 1 or 2 drops of water. So it will be easier to draw sunlight. So here, a little bit darkness. And a little bit dark here too. That is that line. Try to get some dark here. Dark here too. Do the same thing for a little bit at the bottom. Okay, that's fine. A little bit dark here, so I am going to put some dark. I'll use the texture of this canvas to get some dots on that. Because I don't want to make it too bright here, although it is very bright because of sunlight. I'll try to keep it just like that. I think I've done enough, but let me just try something a little bit lighter here with that yellow part. Light is reaching here, so I need to put some lighter color here. That's better. A little bit of light here too. Wherever that light touches, I need to make sure that it has good brightness. Yes, makes sense. A little bit more here. Mhm. Light is from that side, so this will have some light on the trunk, so I need to show that it gets some light. Not all of them, some of them. I think you're able to see in the video. So that should be, I will not put too much here. That is just showing that the light hits here and there for that. So if you from front, actually it should be good. It looks like I made some mistake here. Here, I just put some color and I got that, but that's okay. That is maybe not visible much. That's what we have done today. So that is, I think I'll just stop here. You can try this and just let me know how it goes. Don't forget to subscribe if you like, friends, so that it keeps encouraging me to come up with different ideas. So at least these are easy ones. I have them as either courses or classes, but then I'll spend more time, as you can see. And so if the bigger ones will take color mixing, and as well as the size will be here. Actually, we just use tippling method with one of the brushes, but that should be more than enough. If this is what I have in mind, you should try this and just let me know. I just observed something, maybe because light is from left side. Okay, this one anyways I will fix here. Right, okay, so I feel that it has to be a little bit brighter here. Yeah, maybe that was, yeah. I think I'll leave it at this. So that we'll call this done. So I hope you enjoyed this video. So I've given very simple approach to paint this, and if you if you have anything difficulty, so let's just take a little bit of this. Hmm, this side. It is from right side, so I'm just trying to get that contrast here between the trees. I see you know exactly what you're looking at. So that gets done, and this here actually I feel that I didn't put enough contrast on the left hand side. Yes, now it actually makes more sense. Yeah, now it makes more sense, but here at the bottom I don't see much of darkness, so here light doesn't touch. Yes, Makes sense. Little bit more here at the bottom should be like effect. Yeah, I'm just dragging this. That is not good. That should be more than enough. I will not do this further. Okay, so we'll call this done. So at least we have some light coming from that side, and then also clouds, little bit of clouds, blue sky, far away mountain, little bit of light coming from right side, stippling method, far away trees, and then reflection, some grass, light, stones. I think I've done all of that. So I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel, and then I will see you next week, same time. So this time, actually, I hope it works for many, but we'll see. Next week, I'll see you again. Bye bye for now.